Hello and welcome. My name is Michael from Man Warrior Yoga. Today I'm going to run you through 7 poses to strengthen your back. Commonly get complaints that the back is sore, the back is not strong enough, back needs strength work, etc. A lot of back problems our community, our country, our world is plagued by bad backs. It's the one thing that is a constant complaint that's consistent across the board. As you get older, your back starts to hurt. It doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way, actually. I'll show you 7 poses today to do something about it. Be proactive. Rather than waiting for the back to start to get sore, do something about it. Strengthen the back and reinvigorate your life. But basically, once your back is injured, you'll have an injured back for the rest of your life. Painful, and your mobility is completely shot. So start today strengthening that back. These 7 simple poses. First of all, we're going to start warming up the spine with some cat-cow breaths. So come over to your mat, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Flatten the back. Tuck the belly button towards the spine. But we don't want to sag the belly. Tuck it in. Tuck it in, active through the hands, pressing down through the knees. Flat back into a neutral spine, and then we're going to warm up the spine in some cat-cow breaths. So on an inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the sitting bones, take the forehead and raise it high. Looking almost through the crown of the head. Inhale. On the exhale, chin comes back to the chest, press down through the hands, round the upper back. Tuck the sitting bones in, tuck the hips in. Good. And we'll continue moving in that direction with an inhale, belly drops. Forehead raises. And squeezing the front palms back towards the knees to engage through the back. Exhale, chin to chest. Press down and round. Lift the upper back high. Keep moving, even closing the eyes. As the spine starts to move like a wave, and we create a little bit of mobility and movement into our spine. Good, you can start to feel the difference. Start to feel the warmth in the back. As it begins to open. So inhaling through the front chest. As we exhale, we spread the shoulder blades and widen the upper back. Good, just one more. Good, come back through a neutral spine. We're going to take the knees wide, touch the toes together, and sink all the way down for our hips to our heels. Now your hips may not make the heels. Give yourself a pillow or a bolster, something, blanket perhaps in between the knees to give them a little bit of support, but otherwise sitting back down and then allowing the chest and the forehead to work their way down to the mat. Now you may need to place a couple of stacked palms underneath to lift that forehead just a bit higher because we want to get those hips down. And as we get the hips down, the lower back begins to lengthen and release and relax. This is a great pose. Child pose is a great pose that you can do anytime the world becomes a little bit too intense. Just back it off, come into child's pose, and enjoy. So lengthen that lower back, and eventually you're going to maybe flatten one palm, flatten both, or completely remove them, and take the forehead all the way down to the mat. Release the tension in the shoulders and the neck. And let the hips get heavy and sink down to the heels. Good. From here, we extend the hands, press the fingertips into our mat, lifting the elbows, and bring the shoulder blades back down through to the hips. Switch on through the hands, almost like you're picking up a handful of sand at the beach. And then switch on, stick those shoulder blades through to the upper back. Good. As we inhale, we scoop the chest low, elbows down to the mat. We scoop the chest, untuck the toes. come through to our cobra pose. Our cobra pose, hands underneath shoulders. Chest is reaching forward, elbows squeezed by the side ribs. Press down through the feet, active through the legs. And then squeeze the heels of the hands back towards the hips. And really pull the chest through. Feel the middle and lower back switch on. Good. Now we'll flow with the breath and go from our cobra pose, lowering the chest, pressing through the hands, raise the hips, and sit all the way down into our child. Good. We're going to keep that transition going from child to cobra and back again. So move with the breath. Inhale, scoop the chest into your cobra. Exhale, lower the chest, press through the hands, raise the hips. Come back into your child. Inhale. And exhale. Create a little bit of a flow here, warming up through the spine. Exhale. We just have two more. Feel the back beginning to increase its mobility, increase its range. Also getting a little bit warmer and a whole lot stronger. Good. Good. Now lowering down with the chest. We're going to create the same action. We'll take the hands by the hips. We're going to create the same lifting through the chest and pulling back of the shoulders that we just did in our cobra, but into our locust pose. Forehead comes down further to the mat. Hands are long. On the inhale, we lift through the chest. We take the hands back towards the heels, shoulder heads moving back, and the legs begin to lift. Thumbs are high, palms of the hands working outwards, pointing away from you. Exhale, slowly lower down. All the way onto your mat. Come down onto one ear. Take a few breaths here just to let your back settle and release. Now either staying in that locust pose, or you can take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Begin lifting up through the chest, shoulders, legs, leaving just the pelvis on the mat, and possibly taking the hands up off of the back. Extending long with the fingers, pressing the palms together. Exhale, release. All the way down onto the opposite ear. Release the hands, bring them back to the hips. Release through the shoulders. Release through the neck. And even just rocking the hips back side to side, just gently. Now either one of those first two variations is fine. Or we can reach our hands long. Extend through the hands, extend through the feet. Hands are about shoulder width, maybe slightly wider. On the inhale, we start lifting through the chest, lifting the arms, keeping the back and the neck in line. With each inhale, we lift a little bit higher through the hands. With each inhale, the feet extend a little bit further into our Superman. Good. One more. Inhale and exhale. All the way down, bring the hands by the side. Whew. Good. Take the heels out, poke the toes in, and rest the outside of your feet down to the mat. Release gently, rocking side to side through the lower back. And then we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourselves up. Take the elbows down to our mat. As we move through another back strengthening exercise, which is more about the middle back than the lower back, is our Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath shoulders. Hands shooting forward. Grip the mat. Spread the fingers. Active through the legs, even lifting the knees as we press our feet into the mat. peeling back the shoulders, pulling the chest through, and squeeze those elbows back towards the hips. Continue breathing all the way down into the belly. And feel the middle back switch on. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together and the chest pull forward in between the hands. Good. Just 2 more breaths here. Each inhale, chest lifts slightly higher, elbows squeeze back. Exhale, release. Take the elbows to the side, lay down onto one ear, possibly using the hands for a pillow. And just settle down onto the mat. A little bit of rocking didn't hurt. Good. Now you can feel the warmth, you can feel the work that lower back and that middle back has done. Feeling strong. Good. If there's any pain there, back off just a little bit. Back off till there isn't pain. Discomfort's fine. We don't want to work into any pain. Good. We're going to come over onto our left side, swing the legs forward, all the way to the front of the mat. As we move into a rod pose. Now once again, very simple pose. Basic looking pose, but I can really switch on to the lower back. So move the fleshy bits away from the sitting bones. Sit down onto the sitting bones. Bring the toes back, flex back through the toes. And notice the kneecaps and the quads activate. They begin to lift back into the hips. Now from our hips, we want to do exactly the same. We're going to lengthen out of the hips. So instead of slumping in to the lower back, slumping into the back, slumping into the hips, we want to lift out of the hips, extend the vertebrae, pull the shoulder heads back, lift with the chest, and bring the hands back to either side. Press them down into the mat and continue lifting. Gazing down the nose, extending the back of the neck, and stay active through every muscle group here. Belly button moving towards the spine, and lengthen. Feel the back between the shoulder blades, middle back, lower back, all lengthening and reaching tall. Good. Just a few more breaths here. In through the nose, and then flatten the belly. Swell the belly like a balloon, and then release. Good. Slowly bending the elbows. We're going to roll all the way back onto our mat and tuck the heels up under our hips. Lay back. Adjust your outfit if required. And make sure those feet, take a look down, check in the sides of the feet. They should be parallel with the sides of your mat. Feet no wider than your hips. Keep the chin tucked. Keep the back of the neck long. We press down into the heels of our feet and we lift with our quads and the hips begin to lift. Knees remain squeezing no wider than the hips and the chin remains down at the chest. Slowly lower down. Good. We're going to do that a couple more times. Just get slightly deeper each time. So once again, inhale, we press through the heels, lift the hips. We may interlace the hands here, walk the shoulders and shoulder blades under. Press the pinky side of the hands down to our mat and continue lifting the hips, pressing into the heels, pressing into the shoulders. On the exhale, we slowly unravel, release the hands, and slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. We have one more. And only doing these poses if they feel right for you. Don't push your body too far before it's ready. Wait till it tells you it's ready and then go for it. Here we go. We're going to press down into the heels, lifting the hips, activate through the quads. Pressing high, interlace the hands, tuck the shoulders underneath, lifting the hips. And from here, keeping the knees squeezed and the hips lifted, I'm going to extend the right leg high. Exhale, lower the right. Knees remain squeezed and press down into the right heel and lifting to the left. Good.
Slowly lower down the left. Release the fingertips. Take them down onto your mat. And slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Upper back, middle back, lower back, and finally the hips. Take the feet out to the side edges of your mat and just windshield wiper them in, one at a time. Releasing in through the center, release through that lower back. Feels good, nice and strong. But once again, listen to your body. Listen to what the poses are telling you before going too far. If it doesn't feel right, back off. You can try again another day. Good. Give the knees a squeeze to the chest. Try to keep the lower back pressed down into your mat. Just a couple of rotations clockwise, counterclockwise. Even taking the hips wide. Create some circles with the hips. One way, opposite way. Good. Taking the backs of the thighs. Begin rocking, rolling all the way up. Well done. That was about seven poses that are going to strengthen your back. They're going to improve your posture. They're going to get you out of that back pain by strengthening all the muscles of the lower back, middle back, upper back, and really pulling those shoulders back and reaching that chest forward to where our good posture is, where our shoulders are stacking directly over our hips. So well done today. Use that wisely. Some of those poses are stronger than the others. So use them wisely and listen to your body as you go through them. But for today, well done, and looking forward to seeing you on the mat next time. Make sure you like, share, comment, and you know what? You know what they say, if you like this video, tell 20 people. If you don't like it, just tell me. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you on the mat next time. Take care.